is currently November 18th at 3:58 in the morning, and today is chest and back day. And today is actually the first day that I'm going to really try to get back into the rhythm, because for 2 weeks now I have been sick. I started feeling better on Monday the 13th, but that is why there was no YouTube video last week, because I was still getting over that sickness that pretty much took me out. It was a head cold that just absolutely sucked. Took Cassie out. My daughter even got it. Now my parents have it. So just getting over that. But the plan is to go through a chest and back workout today. But I'll tell you what, when you take 2 weeks off, it is very hard to get back into it. And that is what I am realizing right now, because even on Monday when I started working out, I usually wake up at 3, and it's funny because the last video I did was, or 2 videos ago, I talked about my morning routine and how crucial it is, and how you gotta wake up at 3 o'clock, and how you stack all these wins and all that stuff. And since Monday, when I've been waking up, I have not woken up at 3 o'clock at all, because for those 2 weeks I was sleeping in because I was obviously sick, not feeling that good. So I was getting like 9 hours of sleep at night. I was eating whatever I wanted. I was off my routine. I obviously wasn't working out. And I thought it would be easy for me to get back on. But I figured once I felt good, Monday I'd be good to go, and I wouldn't even affect me. What I'm realizing though is I will never take, I guess, that long again for a break, because it is very hard for me to get back on track. I feel like I lost like all type of discipline. So I'll be talking about that as we go through this video today. So for instance, my alarm clock went off at 3. You can tell I'm tired. And the reason why I'm waking up early today, it's a Saturday, is because today is a big day. We're celebrating Adeline's birthday, so we have a party. So my goal is to get through the workout, do some cardio, and then I gotta wrap presents before she wakes up, and then I gotta get a haircut, and I got like a busy day, but the party starts at 1:30. So my goal is to wake up at 3 o'clock and start working out at about 3:30. However, it's 4 o'clock. My alarm clock went off at 3. I hit snooze, and I woke up pretty much about 3:45. So this is that battle that I've been kind of going against all week, and I'm starting to realize it's a lot harder to get back into it. I was literally watching Joe Rogan's podcast, and him and The Rock were having a conversation of like discipline. Having discipline every day is hard, but when you take a day off and it leads to 2 days or 3 days or whatever, it's actually harder to get back into the routine. And as he's saying this, I'm like, man, that really hits home, because it is very hard for me to get back into this. So I'm going to talk about how, like, the struggles that I'm going through in order to try to get back, because I still got my race January 27th. But at this point, I almost feel like I should sign up for something next month, just to kind of get the wheels moving again and get motivated. Because also I was supposed to do the 4x4x48, and I missed that because I was sick. So just a lot of stuff, but it's part of life. Not really taking it too serious, but obviously I'm kind of trying to get back in the swing of things. So I'm gonna sip on my pre-workout. I'm gonna do my daily devotional, my Bible, and then I will get straight into my gym. But it should be a good workout. We'll see. The cardio is the main thing I'm stressing about, because I haven't been doing cardio. I haven't done cardio in probably 3 weeks now. So we'll see how that goes. But that is the plan for the video. So stay tuned. So it's 5 o'clock. So I obviously took my sweet time getting out here. And that's one of the things that I've been noticing this past week, is like when I say I'm going to go out and work out at a certain time, if I sit down, I get caught up in like just browsing through my phone, or if I'm reading something, I just get super comfortable to the point where it's like I don't want to come out to the garage, and I'm like lollygagging. I literally feel myself like procrastinating and not wanting to go work out. It's a crazy feeling because usually like I don't have this issue. Usually if it's like, I mean, I'm not saying it's like that every single day, but typically I would say if I'm training 7 days a week, I would say probably 3 of them, maybe 4 sometimes, I'm pretty pumped up. But like this entire week, I have pretty much been dragging, like, and not looking forward to my workouts. I've been trying to create new playlists, everything, and I just got to get back into the swing of things. But I'm realizing it's a lot harder when you take 2 weeks off or however long you take off. It's very hard to get back in. So I'm trying to build up that discipline, but it's not easy, let me tell you. So I'm able to relate to people who are just starting off, and I'm not like complaining. I'm not doing like a pity party or anything like that. I'm more just keeping it real with you guys and letting you know that like I have these same issues too. Like, and I never thought I would actually have the issue of like not wanting to get back into it. I'm not even saying like wanting to, because I always like working out. That's, I think, it. I just am not liking it right now, which is weird, and I don't like the feeling. So what I do know is I'm going to tap into what I used to do, and I know if you start moving and you start working out, you start feeling it. So I'm just trying to tap into that and force myself to start, and then that hopefully the endorphins and the good feelings and everything start kicking in and get me through my workout. So like I said, it's chest and back. First thing I'm going to do, this is a workout that's geared towards preparing me for my Spartan trifecta. Like, so it's going to be an endurance kind of based workout. So the reps are going to be 15. I'm pretty much going to be doing 3 sets of 15 on every workout, and then I'm going to be supersetting. So it's going to be like 1 chest, 1 back, 1 chest, 1 back, 1 chest, 1 back. I think I got 6 exercises, so 6 total back, 6 total chest. And in between each set, since it is endurance, because that's really what, when you do a Spartan race, that's really what you need, is not only muscle endurance, but then obviously physical cardiovascular endurance too. So this is going to be based on muscle endurance. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do dumbbell bench press, and then I'm going to superset it with cable rows. So I'll do 3 sets of 15 on the dumbbells, straight into cable rows. I'll wait 50 seconds, and then I'll do it again. In between each exercise though, I'll probably take like a minute. So I'm going to start my Apple Watch functional strength training, so that way I can see how many calories, what my heart rate is, and basically just another form of tracking it. So let's get these dumbbells and get into the workout. My focus when I'm doing the cable rows is I really try to not swing it so much. Like a lot of people go all the way forward and throw it back. If you're doing heavy weight, you could do that. I'm more, again, since I'm doing 15 reps, I'm trying to get 15 clean reps. And then also I'll switch my hand placement. So I'll either have my hands high on the actual grip, or I'll have it low on the actual grip. And sometimes I alternate it between each set. You just feel it at different parts in the back. You either feel it at like the top of your lats, the lower parts of your lats. So just switch it up. I'm fatigued just from doing that. Boy's out of shape. So I'm going to increase it. So now I'll just increase by 10 on each side, and again 15 clean ones. So I also just increased by 10 on each side for my second set of cable rows. So I'll probably do 50s on the dumbbell bench and then keep the weight on the cable rows. That's another thing. This morning I weighed in at 208, so my weight's been increasing a lot. So mainly because I haven't been doing as much cardio. I haven't been doing any cardio. Besides, I don't even think I'm getting 10,000 steps a day. So I'm telling you, it's like a drastic doom loop that's going down. And we're going into the holidays, so I have a lot of different events where there's gonna be good food, like today, my daughter's birthday. Monday is her actual birthday, so we'll be celebrating that. So just a lot. I gotta get my mind right. I gotta flip the switch. I literally have to flip the switch and just get back into it. Stop feeling sorry for myself and really just find that, I don't even like saying motivation, but switch my feelings of when I actually, because right now I don't really ever feel like eating healthy, working out, waking up early. Usually I'm about 70% I feel like doing it. So this is the last set. Again, 15 clean ones. So first exercises are done. Now I'm going to jump into dumbbell incline bench, 3 sets of 15 superset with dumbbell incline row. So same concept, 3 sets of 15 superset, 50-second rest in between. Now when it comes to these, when I'm doing the dumbbell bench, I'm literally, if I'm thinking it's a straight line across, basically the top, I guess you could say the chest, is exactly where I'm trying to come down to, right here. Straight up, back down, straight up, get a good stretch. When it comes to the actual dumbbell rows, I'll just choose a weight. I always know that 50 is pretty much where I'm at. And then again, you could, if this is the actual handle, you can move your hand up higher or lower, depending on where you want to feel it. So I'll switch it up each time. One thing though, I'm always talking about, you shouldn't just do things based off of how you feel. You can use your feelings to tap in. So I remember how I felt when I was like 193 pounds, waking up every day, working out, sticking to what I said I was going to do, and having that discipline. I remember how I felt, how my t-shirts felt, how my clothes felt, how I felt just with confidence walking around, how I felt when I hit a meal that I said I was going to, hit. So I'm trying to tap into that feeling of what it's like to accomplish your goal, or what it's like to follow through when you say you're going to do something. Because right now, for the past 2 weeks, I haven't really felt that. I've felt the pain, which I'm always talking about, of the regret of saying you're going to do something and then not following through on it. I've felt that a lot these past 2 weeks. So I'm trying to tap into how much that sucks, that feeling that you get of like not following through, of just feeling bad. I'm trying to tap into how bad that feels, and then tap into the feeling that I actually have when I follow through and stick to what I say I'm going to do, and then increasing that, the pain of not doing it, and then increasing the pleasure I get when I actually follow through on it. Like I'm always talking about. Again, I'll tell you guys something, most of the time I'm saying it for myself because I have to follow through and do it myself. What's crazy though is when I did my first workout back, which I think was, like I said, Monday. It was a push day, so I did chest, shoulders, and triceps. I felt really good. I had a really good pump. I felt like stronger, and I started thinking like, man, maybe I needed that time off. Maybe I needed all that rest and everything. And I honestly, truly believe I did. So that's where I'm going back and forth. Is it's tough. I know I needed that. I know it happened for a reason. But then the fact that it's so hard to get back into the things, that's what I'm struggling with. Because it's like, was it worth it? And I honestly, I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. So I feel like this is almost like, this is happening because I need that reset, and I need that feeling of struggling to get back into it. It's almost like when you feel like you've gotten really good at something, you usually look for another challenge. I've been doing that routine. I've been working out consistently, running consistently, eating my meals consistently, and I felt like I was pretty good at it. So maybe this is God's way of like revamping, resetting, and then trying to spark that fire, because I know that when I'm able to get back into that feeling that I have when I follow through on what I say I'm going to do, and just hit my goals and my daily tasks or whatever, I have a feeling the feeling is going to feel a lot better since I've felt this. So they always say you can't really enjoy success unless you've had failures, adversities, setbacks, all that stuff. So I have a feeling that this race I'm training for on January 27th, when I'm able, because it's a 12-week program, I'm already 2 weeks in, so I'm technically behind schedule. But that's a setback, that's adversity. And I have a feeling that when I'm able to, and I say when, because I know I'm going to come through on it no matter how hard it is, January 27th, when I get to that goal weight, when I accomplish it, I think it's going to feel that much better since I was able to overcome all this. So I truly believe that this is all happening for a reason. And there's a plan for it. Do I know what that plan is or what the reasoning is right now? Absolutely not. But that's how the world works. So now I got dumbbell flies, superset with lat pull down. I'm not very good at lat or flies, so that's something I've really been trying to focus on with my mind-muscle connection. I know I'm not 100% feeling better because it's still hard for me to breathe, and I still have that taste in your mouth when you're like sick. So I know I'm not 100%, and that's where also I'm struggling with, do I go all 100% and possibly prolong this sickness? Because like I said, Monday will be 3 weeks that I've technically, since I started feeling sick. And I'm still blowing my nose like crazy. And I still even have some congestion. So I don't know what the heck this is, but it's really pissing me off. Kind of feel like I should label this series the comeback series, not so much the trifecta series, because I keep telling myself the same thing I tell my students. Like, I feel like before I was sick I was at 100%. Now I technically feel like I'm failing, but I know I'm not failing. I know I'm like down to 50%, which if you look at a grade scale, that still is an F, but 50% is way better than 0%. And that's what I always tell my students is turn in something, because something is better than nothing. If you turn in something and you get half credit, and you keep turning in stuff, and even if you're getting an F and it's half credit, half credit, half credit, at the end of the semester, at the end of the year, if you're at that point where it's like you're almost like borderline a D or a C, it's a lot easier to go to, say your goal is a C, it's a lot easier to go from 50% to 70%. So by doing something the entire semester, that's better than doing nothing, because now you're at a point where you're only 20% away from your actual goal, as opposed to if you did nothing, now you're starting at 0 trying to get 70%. And that thought is scary. And so sometimes you see it as like a mountain that you can't overcome. And I've seen it with my students where they're just like, what's the point? Whereas opposed to if they would have just done something the entire semester, then they're at 50% and they're looking at, okay, I only have to close the gap, a 20% gap to get to where I want to be. And that's what I keep telling myself is, I'm not back to 0%. It's not like when I had my surgery or anything like that. I took 2 weeks off. I'm not even probably at 70% when it comes down to like my strength and even my weight or getting back into cardio, all of that. I'm probably about 70%. So I just keep telling myself, Bryce, it's only literally 30% that you have to go. It's not, 100%. It's not like I'm starting at 0 trying to get to 100. Realistically, I'm probably at 70. But it's more of a mental battle, because physical wise, I mean, I'm pretty much doing the same weight I was doing. Even right now, I feel like I have a good pump. And I might even feel stronger than I was. But when I look at myself, I don't see, not only on the outside, the person that I was when I was 192, but like mentally, I know that I'm not there when I was 192. So this is all stuff that I'm dealing with, and I'm just speaking out loud because I'm hoping that maybe it could resonate with some of you people out there in the YouTube world trying to get back into the swing of things.
One thing I am looking forward to though, I just ordered new flooring for my actual garage gym, and I think it said it should be here on Thanksgiving. And that's another thing, it's Thanksgiving week. So it's like a week that you need to have that attitude of gratitude. So I'm also gonna try and tap into that and just be grateful of the fact that I am able to work out, grateful of the fact that I do have my health, that I'm able to have these problems that to some people, they may wish and dream that they had the problems that I'm talking about right now. So I'm literally trying to tap into everything I've read, everything I've done in the past, and rebuild basically my mindset and my physique of what it was before I got sick. One of my plans though this week, since I don't work, it's Thanksgiving break, so I get a whole week off. So today, we obviously have Adeline's birthday, so diet's out the window. Tomorrow, I always get donuts with my daughter, and then Monday is her actual birthday, so I'm probably gonna have basically a cheat day that day. And then obviously we got Thursday for Thanksgiving. So I'm looking ahead, and I got a couple of field trips I have to go on. I got a couple staff parties. Like, I'm basically planning out the next month and a half is really the hardest month to stay healthy and to hit your nutrition and your diet plan or whatever you want to call it, and keep that healthy lifestyle. They actually say that, I forgot the percentage, but most Americans will gain 3 to 4 pounds the last like 2 months of the year. And it may not sound like that much, but they never lose it. So you stack on 3 pounds, and the next year you stack on 3 pounds, and the next year, and you're never losing it. And that's how people, before you know it, you're like 10 years in, and you're like, dude, I put on 30 pounds in the past 10 years. That's a lot of weight. So my thing is I'm trying to go in with, okay, since I know I'm gonna have a lot of days where I'm probably in a calorie surplus, on the days that I'm not doing those things, I'm gonna try to super restrict my calories by maybe like 750 calories or even 1,000 calories less than what maintenance is. That way, I'm not saying it's going to negate and eliminate those Thanksgiving meals or Christmas Eve or Christmas Day meals, but it's going to help, as opposed to if I'm like, I'm going to sit at 2,500 calories every single day, which is only 500 calories less than my maintenance. Well, if I have one cheat day and I go 1,500 calories over, then I really I didn't like maintain a calorie deficit for 7 days. Because you guys know that I always weigh myself every single day and then average the weight. Yeah, I got this stupid cough that is just not going away. So now I got 3 sets of 15 incline bench, and I'm going to superset it with, I call them rope cable rows. I don't know, it's just on a low pulley system, and you use the rope. Really, you're able to really stretch and squeeze the lats. So I like it as like a finisher. But like I was saying, when it comes to the actual the flooring, it should come here, be in, I think on Thursday it said. I don't think it'll be delivered on Thanksgiving. I think that's kind of crazy. but I'm hoping it's delivered before I go back to work. That way I can install it. And I know me personally, I know it sounds bad, but sometimes like if I need motivation, it might come from like materialistic things, as shallow as that is or whatever. Like even when I used to go to an actual, even now, if I get new shoes or new gym shoes or new gym shorts or something for the gym, sometimes it motivates me to actually, oh, I want to go to the gym. Or I mean, it might be even trying a new pre-workout or something. Like materialistic things can also be used to motivate you to actually get into the gym. So me, I'm pretty excited because I'm gonna redo this whole, and I'm gonna redo the whole floor in my garage gym, and then all of this flooring, I'm actually gonna move it to, we have a side yard that's all concrete. I'm gonna move all this out there, and then I'm looking at getting an outdoor rig that I can start piecing together. And then also these mats outside will give Adeline like a huge area that if she wants to ride her bike or if she wants to run around or anything, if she falls, as opposed to falling on concrete, which has happened one time and it gave me PTSD hearing her little head smack the concrete. That was terrible. But this stuff, if she falls on, it's not that big of a deal. But then I could do like maybe a rope climb out there, a medicine ball toss, get some sleds. So I'm hoping to have actually like a indoor facility and an outdoor facility. So pretty excited for the flooring. And it's gonna have little red speckles to match. One thing I like about these Saturday workouts is you get a crazy pump in a very short amount of time. So I've done a lot of volume. I've only done, I think, 4 exercises or so, right? 3 or 4, but I'm only at 42 minutes. So if you do this workout and you stick to the 50-second rest period, you can get in and out pretty quick. So that's another thing I was kind of latching onto when I was like, man, I don't feel like working out. I kept telling myself, today's a shorter workout. If it was like an hour and a half, then it's like a huge mountain that, again, you probably don't want to climb. So this is the last set. Alright, so chest and back is done. Again, that only took me about 45 minutes, 43 minutes to be exact. So now, again, and that'll be what the workouts look like that might be one of the workouts I actually use on the template that I'm planning on making available to you guys if you guys would like to purchase. So that's kind of an idea of what your Saturday workout would look like. Now, since it is Saturday, this is also a cardio day. The fact that I haven't ran in, like I said, 3 weeks, my goal is to run outside. I'm either going to do 10 minutes or I'm just going to do a mile. If I start to feel good and I'm like, man, I'm feeling it, I'm glad I'm back in, I'm going to still pull it. I'm not going to push it because I'm going to try and use that feeling of, man, I want more, and try to roll it over till tomorrow. So the goal is to just go out there and run for 10 minutes. If I go out there and it starts sucking, I know I only have to do it for 10 minutes. I could suck it up for 10 minutes and then be done. But again, this is just a way to start instilling that habit and creating that habit that I used to have that habit of when I'm done working out, I go run, and that's just how it is. I don't feel the best right now. I think I'm hungry, but again, I have that, like, you know when you're sick, when you're like, you don't feel right. Your stomach doesn't feel right. You don't know if you're hungry. You don't know if you feel like you're going to throw up. Your mouth doesn't, like, it, you know, that's sickness. I feel that right now. So again, I'm gonna switch out, put on my shoes, and then run for 10 minutes, and then I will catch up with you guys, and we'll wrap up this video. Yeah. Cardio is done. The good news is it wasn't that bad. I actually felt pretty good. So I ended up doing 1 mile, 1.01. It took me 10 minutes and 31 seconds, and my average heart rate was 163. So my heart rate surprisingly was pretty high. I usually like to keep it at like 147, 150. But I didn't feel like I was like straining myself. It actually felt pretty good. If I was being honest with you guys, if it wasn't that cold, I mean, it was only 50 degrees out there, but I'm from SoCal, so 50 degrees with a little bit of wind, you know, that's why I'm bundled up. But if it wasn't windy and my hands didn't start getting cold, honestly, I would have been good to go. But again, my goal was just to do 10 minutes, a nice easy pace, get basically back in the rhythm. And it was funny because probably about a quarter mile in, I already started feeling the endorphins. I already started feeling motivated. I already started feeling like, okay, let's go. And it's crazy because I don't cuss. You've never heard me cuss. You never will hear me cuss. But it's crazy because when I get super motivated and that voice inside my head, the Brian Dawkins, which I've talked about before, having multiple names for these voices in your head, the positive voice when it comes inside, for some odd reason, it's always like cussing at me and pumping me up and like saying, let's go, and like, so that voice tuned in during this run and I started feeling really good. So I kind of figured that once I started running again, I would start feeling that way. So that's why a big part of me really just wanted to be able to get out and run, because I know what happens when I run. I've said it before. I used to be all against running. I hated running. I never understood why people got their jollies off of running. But there's something that happens to you mentally. You reach like a peak performance, a peak state of mind, I refer to it. Usually you're going through your day with an average state of mind where your goals, I say they're not realistic, but I think your realistic goals and what you truly want to accomplish and what you truly feel like you could accomplish, you're only able to reach that when you get into that peak state of mind. And I know that for myself, in order to reach that peak state of mind, I have to be doing something like running, where it's physically and mentally tough. So anyways, this video was a little bit different than my other ones. And I think I'm gonna actually start doing them like this because I like doing the podcast. I love doing the training. I'll be the first to admit I'm not the best when it comes to training content. But one thing I feel like I am very good at is communicating with people. And then also I really like I said, when I read stuff, I feel like I do a good way of articulating it to you guys and helping you guys. And I love, like I said, that's why I got into teaching, is because I love having that aha moment that everybody always talks about with teaching. I like getting that when it comes to life. I mean, I enjoy it when students are, understand something that I taught them in English or math and they're like, oh, I finally get it. Like, that's a great feeling. But I love getting that feeling, that aha moment that I could give to someone when it comes to their life, when it comes to setting goals, when it comes to their relationships, when it comes to their anxiety, their stress, whatever it may be. I like when I'm able to tell them something, whether it's something I've read, whether it's something I'm struggling with personally, and then they have that aha moment where it's like, okay, I got this, I can go do this. So, and honestly, I'm not the best when it comes to content creation. I feel like editing and all that stuff, I'm not the best at. So comment below if you liked this style video, because I feel like if I do these type of videos, I could get maybe 1 to 2 videos out a week, because it's the editing that always prevents me from like posting a video. I got to find time to edit in it. But with this, I think if I keep it raw and like a little bit of edits, cuts, all that stuff, it will be easier for me to get out, and I feel like it's actually going to be more genuine to who I am as a person. So comment below if you actually like this style video where it's not so, I mean, I'm giving you the training side, but it's not geared towards, oh, let me get some cool edits in or cool shots in or cool music in or B-roll or whatever that may be. It's just set up a camera, talk to you guys, give you guys what you guys need, and hopefully it's valuable content. So anyways, I apologize for not getting a video out last week. Like I said, this is just stuff that's been kind of rolling around in my head. Not only did I not feel like I guess you could say, I still was sick last week, so I wasn't able to film because I wasn't working out. But at the same time, I'll be honest with you, I didn't feel like it because mentally I was struggling with all just the doom loop, the negative side of just beating yourself up for not following through on your goals and almost like not being true to who you are. I think that's what I was really struggling with, is I have this identity that I built, but I'm not living up to it, and I was going back and forth with that stupid voice of average in my head. But anyways, it was a little bit longer video, and now it is currently 6:23, so I gotta get inside, I gotta eat breakfast, I gotta wrap a bunch of presents, and I got a busy day ahead because today is all about my little girl, Adeline. She's gonna be turning 3 on Monday, which absolutely sucks because she is growing up way too fast. But I'll tell you what, kids, or at least my kid, I'm gonna be biased, are amazing. Just watching her grow up, watching her personality, watching her communication, the amount of talking she's done this year has just been super fun. So anyways, you guys already know the motto here, and I'm gonna say it to myself because this is something that I gotta constantly remind myself, and I will be getting back to uploading. I apologize. That was the first week I've missed though since I've been on YouTube, so you gotta cut me some slack. But again, in the works, I'm training for the Spartan Trifecta, January 27th. I'm working on getting my workout routines available for purchase online. And then what else do I got? I will get back to posting content every single week. So I appreciate everybody who subscribes. I appreciate everybody who comments and has been supporting the channel. I greatly appreciate it. You guys, I don't think realize how much I appreciate it. But again, the motto that I'm gonna say to you, but I'm really saying to myself right now, stay happy, stay healthy, and above all, don't be average. I will catch you guys in the next one.